Hey friends, and welcome back. In today's video there is a lot of food. I'm just warning you, there's just a lot of food, so you might want to grab some snacks or order yourself a pizza or something, because by the end of this one you're going to be feeling snacky. So please kick back, relax, and come spend time with us in the beautiful Welsh mountains. So this park up, right on top of a mountain, was right next to this spruce forest. And these bright green tips on the trees are this year's growth. And these make a really nice, refreshing tea. They're kind of maybe a little bit lemony flavoured, but they're packed full of vitamin C. And it's really, really tasty. It makes a really lovely drink. Once you've collected these bright green tips, then you just pop them in a mug. Pour over some boiling water, just let it steep for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you can either strain or kind of just sip through the tips. I use this brilliant little stainless steel tea strainer that I found, I think it was on Amazon, and it just makes a really good cup of herbal tea. And it's really nice. You can add honey if you want, but honestly, I don't think it needs it. And you can also let it cool and then pour it over ice. And it's really, really refreshing and light, and yeah, a really nice springtime drink. It's really nice, really soothing flavour, not strong anything, tiny hint of maybe like lemony, but very soft, very nice, packed with vitamin C and lots of other minerals and vitamins that I cannot remember. I just remember the vitamin C one. So yeah, I shall sit and drink my tea, and then I think we're going to hit the road. Alrighty, it's time to get this little beautiful piece of pig in our slow cooker. So this is going to be really interesting. This is the first time I will have ever cooked in a slow cooker. Actually, that's not true. I did, but I had electric hookup on a campsite. So this is the first time we're having solar powered slow cooker. It's a tiny little pot. I think it's 1.5 litre. It's the smallest slow cooker I've ever seen anyway. And the lead is going behind my bed, where Johnny's got his inverter down there, so it's being powered from the solar panels on the roof to the inverter, and then powering this away. So I'm going to get this in the pot, and then that will take 4 or 5 hours to cook, and then we'll have ham for sandwiches and to shred in meals, etc, etc. You don't even know what you did. Well, this turned out to be a huge success. I'm so excited to be able to use a slow cooker on the road now. Johnny was getting a bit twitchy. He was watching the LCD screen of the battery, but it didn't get too low, so he didn't make me switch off at any point. Maybe in the depths of winter, if we weren't getting direct sunlight on the panel, it would make a difference. But yeah, really pleased. And this will work out so much cheaper over the course of a week or two, rather than buying small packets of ham. And it tasted flipping lovely. Right, 2:15. Alrighty, it's been 4.5 hours and this joint of pork is done. So we've just taken it out and put it on a plate, cut it in half because I forgot to bring my digital thermometer, which is really annoying. Cut it in half and just sliced a bit off, and it tastes really tender and juicy and delicious. We've got some potatoes boiling. Johnny's going to have baked beans with it randomly. I'm just going to have meat and taters, a little bit low on fresh veggies. We've got some dehydrated sweet corn, so I could rehydrate and cook some of that. Honestly, I'm exhausted and I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to have meat and taters. Well, no judging on how weird my dinner looks, but actually it looks really delicious to me. So, after yesterday's tea, that is how much ham is left. Which isn't quite as good as the last one I did when I cooked this at home. There was no fat on the one that we cooked at home. And this one had quite a thick fat rind around it. So I was kind of limited in choice when I was in Waitrose though, which one I got. Anyway, there we are. So I'm making some breakfast. It's 11 o'clock. I'm absolutely ravenous. We've just stopped at Morrison's because we need some cash out. We need to buy some water. We've got 2 litres? You know, the big bottles of drinking water that you get at supermarkets. Can't remember how many litres. We've only got 1 of those left. We normally carry 4. and Johnny needs to go and get some shopping bread and stuff like that. So he's gone in to get his stuff, and then I'm going to go in. I'm going to get some cash out for next week's budget, and I'm going to have to use some of next week's budget to buy the water for this week, which is kind of unfortunate, but it'll all be okay. We've also just spent £1.50 on parking at Morrison's in Brecon. So we're just going to stock up the van and then get back into nature. Also this morning I was out walking with the dog, and I met a lovely German lady named Angelica. Hello Angelica, if you're watching. And she was there with 2 dogs, and she was telling me that she's recently lost her like soul dog. And she started crying, and then I said about Sassy, and I started crying. We're just 2 strangers in the middle of the woods. And we hugged and we wept and we felt each other's pain, and it felt so beautiful. God, it's hard. It's so hard losing an animal. So it is now Saturday, midday-ish. Mostly had foresty car parks to date, but come and see where we are today. Actually, it's a little bit breezy, so let me just tell you and then I'll show you. Because a lot of the car parks that we found seem to get quite busy with the youth. Like there's lots of KFC bags and Mackie D's and beer cans and stuff. We didn't want to be in any of those car parks on a weekend. So this is where we are today. There's Johnny and Sunny up there. And then we've got this lovely stream. And we're just on the side of a track, and it's just lovely. So even though we're on the side of like a really quiet little single track lane, I don't think we're going to have any hassle here tonight. Crossing fingers, obviously. So, time to settle in and make ourselves at home. So today's tea is a good old pouch of micro rice. I've got a red onion frying in here, along with some fajita spice. I've got some garlic. This is the leftover stock that was from the ham that cooked in the slow cooker. And there's a little layer of fat on there too. I'm going to put that in as well. And then there's the bag of ham that's left over. So we had dinner last night, we had sandwiches at lunchtime. We're going to have this in the rice tonight. And then tomorrow Johnny's going to cook us Eggs Benedict for breakfast. And that will probably use that all up. So it didn't actually last very long, but it did do some yummy meals. Gorgeous, huh? Et voila, dinner is served. Just put some red jalapenos on top, and honestly it smells and looks flipping lovely. Can you spot the noodle van? Alright, we have serious stuff going down in the Noodle kitchen this morning. Johnny is on breakfast duty and we're having Eggs Benedict. So we've got a jar of hollandaise that we are heating, hopefully, in a frying pan of water. We've got a little saucepan that we're hoping are old eggs. We've got some from the farm that we brought with us and some from the supermarket. We need to take the batteries out of the smoke alarm because we have toast on. And oh boy, does that freak the dog out when that goes off. So yeah, I'm going to sit back and be waited on. How about that? Wow, Sunny Bob, what do you reckon? Thanks Mum, looks delicious. And here we have some of the seaweed sprinkle that I made after that little seaweed foraging day. A little bit of that over the top. Don't mind if I do. Johnny.
Is it good?
That's great. That's not good, that's banging. Now the chef gets his. Well, that breakfast, let me tell you, banging. That's a jolly big hill. And then because it was so rich and we both felt so full afterwards, we decided to get up in those mountains and take that doggy for a good old stomp. Oh my gosh, this place is stunning. So, so beautiful. Wales, I love you. Wow, I can barely breathe, but it's very beautiful. That's how far we've come. And that there, I think, is a false summit. I think we've got a little way to go when we reach the top of this bit. 1, 2, 3 more at least. Sunny, go! Sunny, go! What's he doing? Go on, where's your dad? What's he doing? He's a puppy!
There's a nest here somewhere.
Oh, okay. That walk was gorgeous, but my God, that was way above my pay grade. I did it though, I'm very proud of myself, but that was quite a tough walk for someone that's got a gammy knee and that's overweight, but I'm very proud of myself. I did it. Sonny, I mean he's Zonko now, Sonny loved it. So we were sat in the van earlier today, and Mike, the guy we met the other night in a van, he cycled past. We're like in a completely different area than where we met him. He just randomly cycled past. He went, John, Jane, you there? And we're like, oh my God. So we said that we would probably be stopping in the same spot tonight, which indeed we have. So he's parked up next to us. So Johnny's gone back to have a chat with him, take him a beer. And I made the mistake of installing a zombie game today. And if you don't know me in games, I cannot be trusted. I will probably delete it in about 3 days' time because I'll do nothing else other than kill zombies. So anyway, oh my gosh, I'm going to take some ibuprofen before the pain really kicks in. And then I'm going to have an early night. Ta-ta. Good morning. So week 2 of our budget has just started. And we've just stopped in a local town. I was looking for a Lidl or an Aldi nearby, but there wasn't one nearby, and it would have meant driving miles and miles to get some. So we're just going an emergency shop today. We were out of vegetables, so I got a packet of 3 leeks. I got a packet of 3 peppers. I got a little bunch of bananas. And a bag of coffee because we used the last of our coffee this morning. We do have emergency coffee bags in there, but because we get through quite a bit, we need a bigger bag. And I got some reduced pork sausages. These are gluten-free and they're RSPCA assured pork. So I was pretty chuffed to find them. So I'm going to make meatballs with them. So that's good. Today being Monday, on Wednesday we're going to be in a town a little bit north that has a weekly market. So we're holding off the big shop until then. This was £10 and something, so I've still got about 30 quid to play with this week. Anyway, let's get this packed away and then work out where on earth we go next. All morning I've been trying to plan where we're going to go today to park up and yada yada yada, but we didn't have enough of a signal. So I just said to Johnny, just drive. So he just drove and we randomly found this little villagey town. It's fun. Really enjoying having a little coffee pouch. If anyone else uses an AeroPress, so has the filters and all the bits and bobs, all the paraphernalia that one needs with an AeroPress, it's really nice now. We just pull this out of the cupboard and it's got everything we need in it, which is super. But as you can see, I wasn't lying when I said we'd run out of coffee. The cupboard is bare, people. Ooh. And also, the last 2 mornings, Johnny's made my coffee, and it's the best coffee I've had since getting back from France. We bought a load of French coffee back with us. It's been too strong for my taste, but whatever he did the past 2 mornings, spot on. Just, you know when you're drinking your first cup of coffee of the day and you just do not want it to end? It was like that. It was really good. So I'm gonna have to watch how he does it because it's been tasting horrid when I've been making it. Et voila! Ready to rumble. They're very cute. As you go, Mama. God, I didn't think that van was... He's not going to stop. Stay where you are. Oh my gosh. Wait till you see where we're parked. What?
Got a good one.
Beautiful. Park for Night does it again. Wow.
Sunny, where are you?
Go on then, out you go, kid.
Oh, let's get the drone again.
Oh my god, it's stunning. It's like Hobbitland.
It is.
Oh, happy boy. He's a happy puppy. Look, we've got our very own castle as well. How cool is that?
It's heath bed straw. You know, we get the
We get hedge bed straw.
hedge bed straw, yeah. That one's called heath bed straw.
Okay, it's tea time. This is what we're working with. We're going to use up these sausages. I'm going to make tiny little meatballs with these, just really, really small, like marbles, so that they cook really quick. I don't have any canned tomatoes, but I do have this thing knocking around in the bottom of the cupboard. A red pepper, a leek, and a really big onion and some garlic to bulk it out, to get the veggies in. I'm going to flavour it all with fajita spice, and I'm going to add in some gluten-free gnocchi. And I reckon that's going to be it. Meatballs and gnocchi. This was such a cracking meal, and because we both like sausages that are like incinerated, like crispy and a little bit chewy and delicious, that takes a lot of time and a lot of gas when we're doing it in the van. So this was a great way to turn one packet of sausages into a really big meal, and it tasted so good. In fact, I could do with making this again right now. Well, I reckon this is going to be my favourite meal of the trip so far. Great light, hang on. Show you down there. Baby meatballs and gnocchi. Oh my god, are you flipping kidding me? Look at this place. This is nuts. I think this is, oopsie, I nearly fell over some sheep poo, sorry. I think this is the best park up I have ever had. And no, I'm sorry, I'm not giving details of the places that we wild camp. I always use Park for Night. That's how I find every spot. But wow, isn't this outstanding? Holy flipping moly. Look at this. Oh my god. 3 black sheep just pooping down the road. Wow. Wow. Beautiful.
Actually,
sorry.
we needed Halfords in those.
Right, just been to Pets at Home, bought some kaolin powder paste stuff for the dog. So that has now been administered. I just squeezed some out on his paw and he just licked it off. So that was handy. Johnny is now headed into Halfords to maybe buy, if they sell them, like a Speedo that we can plug into the dashboard somehow. Because our Speedo pin, if you were watching our French trip, you'll know that he was cleaning the dash. We don't have the Perspex sheet over the dash. He was cleaning it with a wet wipe and he knocked the Speedo pin and it kind of broke. It's not been right since and it's really misbehaving now, and there's a lot of 20-mile-an-hour speed limits in Wales, so we need to make sure we don't get a ticket because we definitely cannot afford one of them. Also, he's gone in to see if they've got, you know, those like grounding straps that you put on the back of a vehicle. You used to see them in the 80s and 90s a lot, hanging off the back of cars. To stop the electric shocks, because it's really, really dry and sunny and warm here, and me and the dog are giving each other zaps again, and he's already stressed out enough, so Johnny's going in to see if they sell them too. Also, Pets at Home didn't sell rabbit ears, and they're really good for Sonny. He really, really enjoys eating them, and the fur on them is really good for his belly, for his gut. But they don't sell them because they sell live rabbits, which is understandable. People might find that very upsetting, but they said that Jollies do sell them. So I'm going to shoot over there when Johnny gets back and hopefully buy a bag or two of bunny ears for my boy. And then we're getting the hell out of Merthyr Tydfil because money. Oh, there's a Home Bargains up there. See? Oh, and we just passed Costa, where I would go for an oat cortado, and Johnny saw McDonald's, where he would go for a black coffee. But we're both like, nope, we can make coffee in the van. And I know 100% for a fact that if I was on this trip on my own, I would have gone into Costa. Oh, there's no question about it. Budget or no budget, habit would have overtaken me and I'd have gone in there and either got the oat cortado or maybe got a cold brew. Oh God. Cold brew would be amazing right now. Last little foodie session of the video. Gosh, there's been a lot of food in this one. So this is a veggie dish that I made. It was based around butter beans and leeks. I went and foraged some stinging nettles. There was some coriander and some oat cream. And oh, I tell you what, this will definitely be repeated. This was really, really good. Yeah. We've eaten really well on this trip, admittedly to a budget, but we're still eating really, really well. Anyway, thank you for making it to the end of today's video, you beautiful soul, and I look forward to catching up with you in the next video. And if you wouldn't mind just whacking that subscribe button before you go, I love you forever. Thanks so much. Bye. And dinner is served.